The white lace of my wedding dress felt like a shroud. I stood in the small, sun-drenched vestibule of the church, the scent of lilies cloying and heavy in the air, clutching a bouquet of peonies until my knuckles turned as white as the petals. Outside those doors, 60 guests were waiting. My groom, Elias, was waiting. But the space beside me, the spot where my father was supposed to stand, offering me his arm and a reassuring smile, was empty. My phone buzzed in my lace-gloved hand. A notification from Instagram. I shouldn't have looked. I should have handed the phone to my maid of honor and walked into my new life. But the name on the screen stopped my heart. Mark. My ex-husband. The man who had cheated on me, drained our joint savings, and left me for a woman he'd met at a business retreat. I swiped. The image loaded with agonizing slowness. It was a photo of a lavish garden party. And there, in the center of the frame, was my father. He wasn't just there. He was wearing the very tuxedo I had bought for him. He was laughing, clinking a champagne flute against Mark's glass. The caption read, "Family is who shows up." So glad my real father-in-law could make it to the engagement party. My father hadn't missed my wedding because of a sudden heart palpitation or a car breakdown, as my mother had whispered to me 10 minutes ago. He had chosen the man who broke me over the daughter who had spent her entire life trying to save him. To understand why I stayed in that vestibule, paralyzed, you have to understand who I am. My name is Clara. For 30 years, I have been the reliable one. When my younger brother, Leo, crashed his car while driving under the influence, I was the one who worked 3 jobs to pay for his lawyer. When my mother's boutique failed for the 3rd time, I was the one who dipped into my college fund to keep the lights on. I grew up in the shadow of my father's approval, a prize that was always dangled just out of reach. My father, Arthur, is a man of prestige. He loves winners. When I married Mark 5 years ago, I was finally a winner in his eyes. Mark was a high-flying corporate attorney with a silver tongue and a pedigree that made my father's chest swell with reflected glory. During that first marriage, I was the perfect trophy. I ignored the long nights Mark stayed at the office. I ignored the smell of expensive perfume that didn't belong to me. I did it because, for the first time, my father looked at me with pride. But when the truth came out,